Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Lee Harris, and I thank you guys for joining me for this 15-part series on single dads rock. No offense, women, but single moms get a lot of praise all the time, even on Father's Day. However, single dads are not acknowledged enough in our society. And there's a lot of us that's out here doing the damn thing, raising our kids on our own. And we need an outlet, and we definitely need to be acknowledged for all of the good that fathers do as well. In this series, in this 15-part series, I'm going to go through the first 3 years of my daughter's life and the challenges and the triumphs that I have experienced personally. And hopefully you guys can relate and understand exactly what it is that I'm saying. Being a parent is challenging by itself. Then you have the added additional layer of being a single parent. Sometimes to one child, sometimes to multiple children. But nonetheless, it all comes with its challenges. When my daughter was 4 months old is when I went through the most trying, difficult time of my life. Her mom decided she no longer wanted to be married. She decided that she no longer wanted to be in this relationship. So she just left. She came back and we went back and forth with our daughter for a couple of months. And then I decided I needed to spend all of my time raising my daughter. So through the course of the divorce, I absolutely fought for full custody of my daughter and won. With that, I have been able to cultivate a relationship and a bond with this little girl like no other. I have 2 sons from a previous marriage, and those sons are grown now, and I've always wanted to be a girl dad. So with the birth of Danielle, it absolutely changed my life. But at the time that she was 4 months, when her mom decided to leave, I absolutely went through the worst period of my life. I was depressed. I lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks. I had joined EA, or Emotions Anonymous class. I also was in counseling, trying to figure out how did life, literally overnight, just get uprooted. How did my life just change with the blink of an eye? I was wallowing in woes me, and I was depressed beyond an ability for me to comprehend at that time. And one day I was coming out of EA, and I remember as a retired police officer, I always have my weapon someplace nearby. Retrieved my weapon from where it was at, and I put it on my lap. And I remember looking down at my weapon. And it was in that moment that I said, I can end it all. In 2 seconds, I can end this pain. It wasn't about me ending life. It was about me wanting to get out of the pain that I was in. Again, my life had just been rooted up, and I had no idea as to why. And for that reason, I was just severely depressed. But in that moment, I looked at my dash, and it was a picture of Danielle, my little girl. And I remember looking at that picture saying, I'm not going to leave my daughter with Down syndrome, although we call it up syndrome. So now I have a special needs daughter that needs me. She depends on me, and I couldn't let her go. So it was in that moment that the pain subsided and love took over. I remember going and retrieving my daughter from the place that I had dropped her off at. And when I got her back and we were home, I remember looking at her and she smiled up at me. And that smile just melted my heart. And I realized I can't disappoint myself, because in me disappointing myself, I'm disappointing her. She needs me. And I remember looking down at her and I said, Daddy got you. That is a term that I say each and every day to Danielle. Daddy got you. I will always have her. But in all of that, she has made me a better man. She has made me a better father. She has made me a better person. Because as I pour love into her and as she gives me agape love back, I recognize and realize all of the things that I can do to be a better version of myself. I want her to know that there's no limits to anything that she wants to do. Anything she says yes to, she can do, she can accomplish. It has not been without challenges, as she has a natural lag. However, it has been the most rewarding thing I have ever experienced in my life. This little girl is the most amazing child. And in the videos to come, I will share much more with you about her and her challenges and her triumphs, because nothing holds her back. Kids do not come out with toe tags on how to operate. But in this series, I'm going to show you how I learned from my daughter, how she absolutely taught me and teaches me how to raise her. If we tune in on the vibrational frequencies of our children, we do become better people. We do become better parents. That's what this series is about, promoting nothing but positivity, love, and how we can do this thing called parenting together. I know for me, I get a lot of tidbits of information from people, from the women and the men around me that has done this before me. And although I have 2 sons, it was very different in the rearing and raising of my sons. I was very hands-on with my sons, but they lived with their mother. And so I got them on the weekends, and it was a little different than being a full-time single dad in the same house, day in and day out. That comes with sometimes being frustrated. That comes with sometimes being taxing, tired, worn out, need a break, need a drink, need a vacation. I get it. We all been there. But in this series, I'm going to show you some of the things and techniques that I have learned through her that has taught me how to be a better person and how to balance some of those stresses that come with being a single parent. And this first one was just a little peek of what is to come. But absolutely, I dedicate this first series episode to my daughter, Danielle Faye Harris. I love her more than life itself. And that is because she has taught me how to be the most authentic version of myself that I can possibly be. In her, I see God all day. She has taught me how to be childlike and how to live in the moment, which is truly living. Can't do anything about the past, it's gone. And we can't look forward to something that hasn't gotten here yet, which is the future. All we have is the moment. Journey with me on this series. You will learn how I've learned to just live in the moment with Danielle, and how she's taught me how to absolutely enjoy life every second and every moment of the day. There's not a day that she doesn't make me smile. Whether or not she's visiting her mom or she's here at home, I'm always smiling every time I think about her and all the things that we have accomplished in the short 3 years that I have been able to be honored and blessed to raise my child. All right? I thank you guys for tuning in. Please stick with me throughout the series. Hit the like button and hit subscribe so you can see more videos like this. I dedicate these to Danielle, and I also dedicate it to you, all the single dads. I appreciate you, and your kids will appreciate you. Even if it doesn't seem like it now, they will appreciate you as well. All right? Again, I'm Dr. Danny Lee Harris. I thank you guys for joining and tuning in.